Adjusting to life after jail is exactly that, an adjustment. And one of the common problems people face after release is getting their driver's license or other state-issued ID. In most states, you'll need a birth certificate and a Social Security card, in addition to a proof of address. But you've just gotten out of jail. Many people don't have access to those documents. They may not even know where they are. What's more, in order to get a replacement birth certificate, you need a state-issued ID. As for the Social Security card, you need one document that proves your identity. So you guessed it, that means a state-issued ID, driver's license, or passport. So how can this possibly work? What are you supposed to do? The Department of Corrections can issue a credentialed ID that can be used at the DMV to get a state ID for no cost. You might have been given that credentialed ID before leaving prison, but sometimes that doesn't happen. If you weren't, ask your probation officer to obtain one for you. Occasionally, even probation officers won't be aware of this process. If that's the case for your PO, you should ask to speak with the reentry coordinator in your county. Reentry coordinators are designated probation officers in each county who handle getting these credentialed IDs. The contact information for each of Delaware's reentry coordinators is in the description below. Okay, so once you have a state-issued ID, you can use it to request a replacement Social Security card. You can also use a driver's license or passport. There's no cost for this, and you're allowed 3 replacement cards per year, 10 replacement cards in your lifetime. Look for the link to the replacement Social Security card request form in the description. And make sure to call the Social Security office in your county or town to find out the best way to deliver that form. It's possible to request a replacement Social Security card online, but in Delaware and some other states, that's only possible if you have a driver's license. Once you have a Social Security card, you can use it and your ID to request a birth certificate. The probation officers who handle getting those credentialed IDs can also request your birth certificate for you. If you do order it through probation, there's no cost for the birth certificate. If you don't get it through your PO, requesting an official copy of your birth certificate through the mail or online requires a state-issued ID and $25. Check the description for a link to the website to get the request form. The Office of Vital Statistics encourages individuals to mail in their requests, rather than walking in or ordering them online. You can always call the Office of Vital Statistics in your county for any questions. And this is important, don't use any other websites or links to request your birth certificate. Many of them aren't valid, may overcharge you, and potentially won't even send your birth certificate. If you don't use the credential ID to get your state-issued ID, then you need to wait until you have your Social Security card and birth certificate. Once you have those, then you can get a state-issued ID with those 2 items, plus proof of your address, which DMV calls proof of residency. What can be used as proof of residency? You need 2 of the following in your name to prove your residency: utility bills, credit card statements, auto or life insurance policies, voter registration cards, bank account records, employment records, rental agreements, United States Postal Service change of address confirmation forms, or postmarked mail with the forwarding address label, or other non-personal mail postmarked within the last 60 days. Your mail must have been delivered by the United States Postal Service and be postmarked within the last 60 days. Photocopies or printouts of bills won't be accepted, and neither will non-business letters or cards. Know that there's a $20 cost for a state ID in Delaware.